OK, just before the weather, you may or may not know that we're heading towards the driest November on record. It was also unusually warm at the beginning of the month. So is this climate change and how it's affecting the natural world? Here's our science correspondent, Richard Westcott.
A bone-dry November after an extra wet summer. We're getting used to more weather extremes, but what impact is it having on nature? Robert's been growing crops for 4 decades.
A pattern has emerged here over the years, and we seem to jump from one extreme to the other. We're sowing more autumn-sown crops now, and we're probably sowing them earlier as well, and the same in the spring as well. We're trying to, as soon as the ground's fit and dry enough, we're out there getting crops sown because we're concerned that we may hit drought at one point.
Rapid weather changes can be confusing for some plants and animals too, who take their cues from what's happening around them. Experts are seeing some longer-term shifts.
So, for example, we're seeing the date of the last frost of the year getting earlier by about 4 days per decade at the moment. So that's lengthening the growing season. And along with that, we're also seeing some trends that spring is getting drier, particularly the months of March and April. And we're also seeing that autumn is getting wetter as well.
20 miles away, scientists Chantel and Sophia are part of a team studying how the trees at the Cambridge Botanic Garden are changing each autumn. Detailing what's happening with the colour and when the leaves fall, they'll be taking these readings for years to understand how the trees are coping with a different climate.
So Chantal, this is an interesting specimen for you, isn't it, this tree?
It is. It's one of our Japanese maples in the garden. We've got about 1,600 trees, and it's really fascinating this autumn. We've been following the tree for the last 2 years now, and the colour change is 2 weeks later this year than it was last year. We may get less intense reds, and we also may find a shorter autumn season, which is obviously not ideal.
Well, that's interesting. So, like, climate change could effectively give us less colourful autumns.
It very may well, unfortunately.
Humans are struggling to get to grips with the pace of climate change, and nature is too. Richard Westcott, BBC Look East, Cambridge.